Hi everybody, it's Paul from Paul Kelly Golf. I'm here at Tee Box today and I'm practicing, and I want to give you a tip on how you can play the best game of your life by only using your 8-iron. Now, stay tuned, you're going to find this interesting. And folks, now's a good time also to hit the subscribe button, the like button. Feel free to share or make a comment. It'll help the channel to grow and you'll get more helpful content. So we're not actually going to play an entire game with an 8-iron, but what I want you to do is I want you to think about playing all of your shots as if it was an 8-iron. So I'm going to hit a couple of 8-irons with my stock normal 8-iron swing, and then I'm going to transfer that swing to each of my other clubs. Now, especially as you get into your low irons, your 5s, 4s, 3s, hybrids and stuff, my experience is that people tend to swing harder, they lose their balance, they focus on trying to achieve the distance rather than making the swing and letting the longer shaft and the lower lofted club do all the work. So here's a couple of stock 8-irons to start with, just to get the feeling of the tempo. And an 8-iron is a nice club because it still gives me some distance, but I don't feel like I have to overpower an 8-iron. And that's the trick, is getting rid of that want to overpower. So there's 164 carry. It's a nice, felt like a nice, easy, smooth swing. That's a good kind of stock distance for this. Let's continue on down with it. $160, so we're still in the same wheelhouse. I'm not overpowering everything, I'm just making this nice and smooth. These balls are tracking nice down the middle with a little draw. And the last one. So there's 3 balls right down the middle. That one's 163. So I've got 163, 164, and 160. So that's about a good spot for my 8-iron. So now we get the 5-iron out, and I'm going to make that same smooth 8-iron swing and see what it does when I don't change my tempo or my input force. Just letting the length of the shaft and the lower loft do the work for me. As far as I'm concerned, just swinging an 8-iron. $199, no different input, no different force coming into it, just an extra length of shaft and lower loft, and here we go again, stock 8-iron swing. $201. So I've got 200 yards with my 5-iron swinging the exact same way as when my 8-iron swings, but I get 164. All right, moving down the line, we've got our hybrid. As far as I'm concerned, still an 8-iron. I'm going to swing it like an 8-iron. I'm going to have that 164-yard feeling in my head and see what I come up with. So there's 214. Now, the swing feels the same. To me, it's the same speed coming in, and that's how length and leverage works. This end of the club and my arms, they always swing at the same pace. But because this is longer, and it's a radius, it swings faster. When I rotate, you can see the speed that it generates. Now, I let it out and I keep rotating at the same speed, and look at the difference in that radius. Bring it back in here again. Look at the difference in that speed. And now to end it all again, I just take my 8-iron to make sure that I have that feel for my practice, and I go back to my 160, 163 range. $159.8, so I'm at that 160, 163 range all the time. There's my swing. And now I finish it off by taking my long iron again, and I just recreate that 163, 162 range. Nice and smooth. I'm not trying to power this. That's not how swings work. $204. So I constantly get about 200 yards with this. I constantly get about 160 with my 8-iron. I get 215 or so with my hybrid, and they're all the same swing. This end moves the same speed, but because of the length difference, this end will move faster or slower depending on the club you use. So there's your tip. I'm Paul Kelly. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the next time and play better golf.